this ongoing emergency about who is dying and when. Obviously, hugely significant. Now, this is his administration here. Florida had been tallying COVID deaths by a death date instead of the date of what they call a recorded death. And that created this kind of, quote, artificial decline. I should say an artificial decline, according to Miami Herald. It appears, even during a spike like we're seeing right now, the deaths would be on a downslope. I can show you how this works. You can see the red line, which shows the date a death was reported, consistently rising, while the yellow line, the death date, is plummeting. Bottom line, the facts diverge from what the government is putting out in Florida at a time when people need to know how bad it is. Here's DeSantis' response.
It's just a totally false partisan narrative to try to say that doing reporting the way many other states do it, and which is the most accurate, is some type of problem when it's been something that's been going on for a long time, is absurd.
The Miami Herald and other experts consulted, though, say the evidence shows that it's not accurate, deaths are not declining, and it takes time in the process for this to be counted. Then when they are actually assigned the actual date of death, you get this spike, then the downslope goes forward in time. Again, this can sound a little complicated, but the bottom line is the people who are the nonpartisan experts, not Governor DeSantis, say that the government is trying to cover up how bad the death rate is in a place where DeSantis is overseeing what has widely been one of the worst responses to COVID in America. DeSantis also fighting safety measures, and we've seen consequences. Take 11-year-old Peyton Lee, now in the hospital fighting COVID after going to class in a place where the governor got his way, safety rules were violated, and there were not masks.
The fifth grader with Down syndrome wore a mask in school, but it's not required, and many didn't.
There's people out there, children out there like my daughter, who have special needs and make them even more vulnerable, and that's what people should be thinking about, keeping everyone safe.
Some Republican-led counties also defying their own Republican governor tonight, where despite that overall consensus, you do have very loud objections fueled by the MAGA governor. We saw physical fights among parents there, obviously very sad and regrettable on both sides. DeSantis continues to defy the courts and actually punish educators in 2 school districts that were following these safety measures with masks. Some Republican-led counties also defying their own Republican governor, saying the safety of kids comes first. This isn't okay. Cornell Belcher, there they go. Okay, we end where we began. Cornell Belcher, thank you, sir. But we do have a lot more in the program. I have a very special guest later.